And so, like, people who are huge Trump stans right now, it's like, what has he done? He's done fucking nothing. His biggest accomplishments are what? Moving an embassy to Jerusalem? Who gives a shit what happens over there? I don't give a fuck what happens in the Middle East. Yeah. I do not care. It doesn't even cross my mind as a thing. Who fucking cares what happens in the Middle East? Israel has nukes. They're fine. Why are we giving them so much money every year for us to continue conflicts? Like, why?
I don't like that we give them money every year and they have public health care.
Do you know that we gave more money to Israel this year than we gave to West Virginia and a couple other states as far as aid?
I did not know that.
Yeah, we've given more money to Israel than we do to some of our own states. And it's like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why are our tax dollars going to continue?
I don't know, because the states have only a handful of people and the Israelis have...
West Virginia, the notoriously successful state. They don't need any money.
And West Virginians pay taxes. West Virginians pay into that money. They should get some back.
Exactly, and that money should go to Americans.
Israel doesn't pay any taxes and they get more?
How isolationist should we be? Should we just,
100%. What are we gaining from any of these countries?
Strategic positioning in a very scary part of the world, and an incredibly powerful ally.
Oh, Israel? Yeah, they're giving us strategic info, like the strategic info that got us into the
tons
Iraq
of
war that was 100%
They gave us
false.
tons of intelligence. They have
or the information they gave us about the Syria fucking gas strikes that was 100% false.
I'm not gonna go over anecdotal cases of maybe they gave us something, maybe they didn't. I just think that a strong Israel is in the best interest of the United States.
Why?
I just explained why. Because they are a strategic ally in a key part.
What do they give us strategically? They have been caught a couple times in the last few decades selling our technology to Russia and China. That's a pretty awesome thing, right?
Well, I mean, they probably sold them some bad versions of it.
Oh, they didn't.
There's a thing I just made up.
Out with the new F-15. Yeah, you're just making shit up. You have no idea what you're talking about.
No, but I believe I can win this debate if I make up facts.
Well, I just don't know why you think that you know better than like every president who's ever been president since what the 70s.
I've often had that. Like I share some of Taylor's ideals in the like isolationist part, and like Trump is a particular example of a guy who was isolationist going into it and then changed his mind. Obama too. Obama was like, we are going to pull out of Iraq. And then he didn't. What happens when they take that office that makes them say, oh,
because they get hit with the true rulers of the country. Bill Burr's hilarious bit is unironically correct. You get elected as president, they take you into a back room, they show you what really is done and why we do these things, and then you maintain the party line. Obama did it after preaching change and hope. Fucking Trump did it after preaching, we're going to shut down the borders. We're going to take care of Americans first. He did it. Like people.
Is it possible that they're right, Taylor, though?
Like, what do they show you in the room, though? It's like vampires are real, space travel is real.
They show you 7 angles of the Kennedy assassination.
Here's what I want.
They show you.
What if Taylor becomes president, right?
GoPro Work with me.
Do they educate? Taylor, if you're president, maybe you learn whatever missing, that us non-presidents don't know, and you stay in the Middle East. Like,
I would get murked. Like, what would happen is if I got elected, they would bring me back and go, hey, actually, here are the powerful lobbying groups. Here are why they want you to stay in these wars in the Middle East, and you will do it. Or, hey, where's your family live again? Oh, where's your kids go to school? Like, that kind of shit fucking happens, and people think it doesn't. It absolutely
That's
does.
One possibility. Another is, if we pull out of Iraq, let me paint you a picture. This is going to happen. That is going to happen. 9/11, a warm up. Wait till they do this. Wait till they do that. And
that was Saudi Arabia, and we're tight allies with them.
You ever watch Alternate History? You ever watch that YouTube channel, Alternative History, where they show you what I saw one the other day, and it was what would have happened if Japan never bombed Pearl Harbor. And you might think, well, the Axis powers probably win without the United States in the war, but no, that's not the direction they went with it. They believed that the Soviet Union would have just gained an incredible amount of control over all of Western Europe and Japan by the end of the war.
They would have all been communists. You're right.
So they show that isolation. That's one of the reasons why isolationism isn't a bad isn't a great idea. Now I know this is a bit
Kyle,
anecdotal. We're talking
really
about World
because
War
it's
II.
it's 2020 and we can pretty much dictate the health of another country by our own economic sanctions. Like,
It's
do you
not
really?
It's not working for a lot of countries lately.
Really, it's working at most. Do you really think that Venezuela suddenly collapsed because of just
not only do
shit?
I
Or do you
not
think
only
it's
do I
because we
believe that,
sanctioned them and made it so that no one could buy their oil other than Venezuela?
no, I believe that we not only collapsed their economy, but I believe we also killed their president.
Well, you're 100% right. We did both.
Like the guy was at the fucking UN talking about fucking George Bush, who had just been up there. He's like, I can smell the sulfur. Satan just walked out of the room. That dude had cancer like 9 months later, and he was dead like 11 months later. And
yeah, do you ever see that Russian guy who they poisoned?
Oh, with the polonium.
His, skin gets all like fucking shitty, and
they took an umbrella.
That shit's crazy.
They took an umbrella, and in the tip of it, they have a small sphere, like a ball bearing, but incredibly tiny, not BB sized, quarter of a BB size. It's got holes drilled through it, so that's essentially hollow in the middle.
Yeah.
And they've put polonium, a highly radioactive element, inside of it. A guy walks down the street and bumps into him, pokes him in the shin with his umbrella. And says, oh shit, sorry, comrade. And he's like, yeah, ow, you poked me with your umbrella. My apologies, comrade. Have a good day. I'm so clumsy. I've been drinking. Dude dies terribly from the radiation poison like a couple weeks
ago.
Yeah.
You can look up photos of this guy where his skin, he's giving interviews like throughout the process.
It's
and
Russian.
His skin
Do you know his name?
is degenerating.
I'll get it.
Okay.
I might be able to, or I'll let Kyle go for it. But really, like, it's just watching radiation poisoning kill this guy. It's insane. And so
I didn't know he
when
died.
they say things like, "Oh, the U.S. government, they're not that bad," it's like, no,
Alexander
we've destabilized more governments than
Litvinenko.
any other nation.
Can you say the last name slower?
I don't think it'll help you, frankly.
Okay, yeah, probably.
Is it Litvinenko?
It's that fella right there, I believe. I believe that was Vladimir Putin that ordered that, by the way.
Why would he order it?
What do you mean?
Why would Putin order it? I'm not trying to trap you. I'm just.
Oh yeah. He wanted because he wanted this guy taken out. I don't remember what this guy was doing. This guy did something that they didn't like. Oh, he was a British naturalized Russian defector and former officer of the Russian FSB secret police.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck.
I know absolutely nothing about politics, so I feel like I cannot weigh in on any of this shit whatsoever. But all I want to do is say that I truly like the idea of somebody getting taken to the back room of the White House. And like when President Obama was like, look, I'm going to shut down Abu Ghraib. I'm going to shut down the prison. When they walk him into the back of the room and they show him like security cameras of Abu Ghraib. And they're like, look, motherfucker, we have actual Superman in Abu Ghraib. You want to shut that down? Where's Superman going to fucking go? We have 26 werewolves there. We have 92 fucking vampires, okay? We have an alien that's literally bleeds jello. Like his piss is like radioactive piss. You want him just walking the fucking streets? Is that what I think? He's immortal, sir. What do you want us to fucking do? This radioactive alien and the 96 fucking werewolves, sir. Do you want to keep it open? And then like he takes the stairs the next day.
Fuck.
It's like, Abu Ghraib is staying open.
It's very important. And that's something we're going to do.